what's up, YouTube Boxing family? It is K-Rod here. Alright, I have a lot to unpack with this, and as you see on the screen, shout out to this Instagram boxing content creator by the name of Sportbox TV Official, which came from the news source of Boxing News. I'm not too sure if that's Boxing News 24, but apparently it just says Boxing News, so I'm not too sure where exactly this came from, but I'll just go off of like what I'm hearing. Daniela Asenjo, the woman that you see to the right, she's a good fighter. I love her a lot. Shout out to her. She's from Chile, and she had a rematch with a fighter by the name of Angelina Lukas that you see off to your left. Daniela beat her the first time in the first fight, and she was the way better fighter in the first fight. And Angelina, she's a I wouldn't say she's not a bad fighter, but she just doesn't possess like all the fundamentals in her skill set to even be at that level. She's a Kazakhstani fighter. I believe like she's like what 14-1. I forgot like what her record is. I'm looking it up right now, but she's not that good of a fighter. She's okay, but she's not like beating up on high level talent at that particular fighting stage in boxing. I'm looking at her box rec. She stands at 15-1. She fights at the super flyweight division, and she hasn't fought anybody that good. She's been fighting mostly a bunch of low level opposition in her country, and in other parts of like Central Asia, and I'll possibly say maybe some parts of Europe like Russia. She's not that good of a fighter. I'm not trying to like bash on her, but it's just like she's not beating up on anybody good. And the fact that stuff like this happened behind closed doors, I wouldn't be surprised if she was doing this in the past just to get a edge off of other fighters that she doesn't deserve to really get any victories off of, because it's like, I don't know, like it just makes me feel like that's just how boxing is when when certain people are in political stages where you have like some political backing, because people know who you are and people will just basically support you because it's like, oh well, I know this guy because I grew up with that guy, so that means like that I'm just gonna support, you know, my boy, and guess what, you know, he can get all the political connections with certain people that I know, and you know, everything can be protected, because it's like that's just how corrupt boxing can be when you have like that type of mafia level, you know, criminal backing, where people can just do like really stupid stuff behind closed doors and not have any legal prosecution behind it. Like, I'll even use Ryan Garcia for example. Like, imagine if he killed Devin Haney, and Devin Haney, he passed away, and his whole family wanted to go after him and literally, you know, like commit the same criminal acts up against Ryan's family. There wouldn't be any reason not to, because it's like that's something that people would do in certain retaliation to get revenge on people that do bad things. So it's like boxing is like think of boxing more like some people like to use it as like the wild west, but I don't like to use it like that. I use boxing as like the Shadowlands, where there's no man's land in the death of war, and you see a lot of fog of war because a lot of people like to hide their tactics of war, if you know what I'm saying. It's a dreadful battlefield of broken people that like to use really stupid tactics and practices to get their way until something bad happens to them, and then somebody gets backstabbed from someone else, because there's too many loose corners where people will end up screwing other people over. So Yeah, but before I head into deeper detail about this, be sure to hit the like button, share this video around, and be sure to spread more information about this. This is the pretty good, interesting details that I have heard about for this particular situation, and I just don't understand like why stuff like this happens and then people don't ever get prosecuted at a federal level, at least, to get these people out of here. But as you can see within this post, Lukas's promoter, which I know his name, by the way, on BoxRec, his name is Taryel Jafarov. That's her promoter, and apparently that's her trainer too on BoxRec. I'm actually just looking at her BoxRec right now, but I want to say maybe this guy also owns like a boxing gym, and I'm not too sure if that's his gym, but it's under TJ Boxing Club in Kazakhstan, and I'm not too sure what exactly this guy really be doing, but I'm pretty sure this guy, he's probably doing some really stupid crap behind closed doors, and I'm pretty sure this guy, he could be doing some criminal action on some Modern Warfare 3 Call of Duty crap, acting like a terrorist, like behind closed doors. But who knows? This is evil. This should be held to a federal standard where there should be justice, and as much as I don't always like to support that, I think for these types of acts of evil within the sport, people like Taryel, he should be taken to justice. I think Daniela, she never deserved to have this happen to her. She apparently was TKO'd in the 7th round, which she didn't really get TKO'd. She just more like just basically played with the political function of just saying I quit when she literally wasn't quitting. Basically the whole cards were stacked up against her, and best believe if she had fought the way she wanted to fight, the problem is just like getting out of Kazakhstan and trying to think that she was ever going to get out like alive. And sadly, if that was going to be the case, that I don't know, like whoever's connected to Angelina Lucas's promoter and trainer, Taryel, like he's probably just gonna go out of his way trying to hurt Daniela's team and trying to kill her. Like that's just really evil and just very sickening. So I think stuff like this should have some sort of like political addressing, to have people like this taken out at a federal level, where there has to be some sort of like federal intervention, prosecution to get these people prosecuted for their crimes. Because like you see it all the time when you see terrorists going out of their way doing bad things. And I'm pretty sure this happens where the US military does get involved, and they go after people like this that do this type of stuff all the time. And I'm not too sure how often this type of behavior can be found, depending on, if you got some like crazy, drug gang members or kingpins, and then they probably run some like sports betting to do some really fraudulent, scandalous type of action. I'm pretty sure, stuff like that is being investigated by, federal government agencies that are going after them to get them locked up or to even kill them, because it's like these people are bad people and they don't deserve to exist to live. So I think stuff like this should be addressed at a federal level. And I'm not always to to be supporting this, but it's just that when you see this type of stuff exists for sports like boxing, think about it for other sports. Think about it for the NBA. Think about it for soccer. Think about it for baseball. Think about it for hockey. Think about it for any other sport that I can even bring up to you right now. There is so much criminal corruption where I'm pretty sure feds are already involved to go after these people as we speak. And these people are connected with higher chains of power within sports, because this is how they're washing their money away. They're trying to get away from any other like federal prosecutors that are going after them, where special forces are hunting them down. Like stuff like this does happen. Like I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist, and by no means I've ever been at that type of level to even serve for the military. No, like I just bring this up because this is something that does happen. And for me personally, like I have a family military background, but it's like I don't go out of like my way like going super crazy to like know, oh yeah, man, who's that other big level criminal that's like Vladimir Makarov from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 3. No, like I don't be think like that. But it's like, there are some weird people that are like that, where they like to glaze like military lore and just use that to be like, oh well, see, I'm connected with my family being like a high level military family, and I just think it's already there's already plenty of crazy evil people out there that need to be taken down and hunted down and spied on. So that means that the U.S. needs to have all these crazy high-level spies and CIA operatives to do Operation Blackwater and just go after everybody. No, like I'm not like that. But I will say I do keep my information up to date with what goes on within global current events of military, nation state combat action. I don't always listen to it every single day, but I understand that there are certain things that has to be kept confidential when you listen to these types of things. But when you think about what special forces does at a global level, you understand that there's a lot more to it when people are just going after a quote-unquote terrorist, and then when the terrorist is to be exposed that he's connected with other people that do crazy things on a global level, then that's where you go after the syndicate. And when you take out the syndicate, then the syndicate is going to be exposed as a massive organization. So I think that's a really interesting thing that people don't understand, where in sports per se, there could be a lot of crazy corrupted people that we don't even know that just control sports, and the only way that these people ever get taken out is probably through governing institutions that do wipe them out, or people that don't put their money into those sports, that being the consumer. And people actually want to support really good, honest sporting institutions where people can be given justice for their services. But that being the athletes per se, and then then there's actual legal restitution being protected for those athletes in case of any fraudulent activities or any criminal backgrounds that may exist out of particular bad actors. So I think for this particular issue, this should be brought to a U.S. federal prosecutor at a global level. If people like Tariel Jafarov out of Kazakhstan do exist like this more in boxing, why isn't the U.S. government going after these people so therefore boxing can be given justice? I think if boxing is going to have a semi-red market involved, why isn't governing institutions going after these quote-unquote terrorists that the United States government is claiming to say that there's a war on terror? Because I do believe that when it comes to terror, sports is also involved into it, because sports also brings people to the distraction of entertainment. So it's like, if you're going out of your way to hold these people, to be accountable, I think that's something that should definitely happen in order to to take these bad people out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to give my whole takes on this, and I think Daniela, she should be given justice, and she should bring this up to a U.S. federal prosecutor, because like I think stuff like this should be like addressed in boxing where people can be given justice. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and yep, I'll be out, and yep, thank you guys for watching this video, and yeah, man, until next time, peace, love, and liberty. So yeah, be sure to stay tuned for up and coming content for the channel, and yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. So yeah, yeah, justice for Daniela, and screw that promoter with Angelina Lukas. I hope he gets yeah, I hope he gets what he yeah, I hope he gets what he brutally deserves for his actions, because people like him need to be used as a bare minimum example to be taken out. So yeah, this is something that I wanted to shed light off of, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I got more boxing content coming for y'all. So alright, I'll see you guys, bye.